Hi everyone, welcome back to Craft Time. Today we're working on the letter H. H for hamburger. So get out all your craft supplies and let's get started. Let's take a look and see what we need to do this craft today. In front of me I have a regular piece of paper that I'm going to draw with you. I have a piece of blue construction paper for my backing, and then a lot of different colors that we're going to be using for things like cheese and tomatoes, vegetables, bread. I have a napkin. I don't know if I'll use it, but I thought it might be cool for maybe lettuce, and some random items from around my craft box to see if maybe we can use them too. Now let's head over to our blank piece of paper. You may not have a blank piece of paper, just use your eyes and let's create together. So I want to think about what a hamburger looks like. I don't know about you, but the hamburgers I eat have buns. So let's go ahead and create a bun together. I'm going to put one on the top and one on the bottom. Then I'm going to put some cheese slices maybe. Maybe my cheese slices will look like that. Maybe I'll have some lettuce. Put a couple of pieces of lettuce here. Now if you're not a vegetarian, you will have some hamburger meat, or maybe if you are vegetarian, you'll have all vegetables or a tofu burger or a veggie burger. So let's add some slices like this, maybe some more cheese. Maybe I'll add some onion and some swirly bits of ketchup. Maybe I'll have another vegetable here. So you see what I'm doing? We're just creating with our imagination right now to see what we want to create with our construction paper. I'm going to put some sesame seeds on here. This is just an example to show you what we're going to be creating. So let's put this to the side and keep it for reference. Now we're going to go back to our piece of backing paper. This is what we're going to create our burger on. The first thing I want to do is the first thing we did on our paper, which is create some buns, some bread. So I want to I have two pieces. Maybe I'll just start with one. Will I fold it in half? Maybe not all the way half, maybe just a smidgen of the way, like that. So I think the top of my bun will be bigger. So I'm going to take a black marker or maybe a brown marker. I'm going to grab a brown marker and I'm going to create the top of my bun. So you go ahead and grab something too. Let's just go ahead and create the shape of the bun. I'm going to do the bottom of the bun like that. And then at the bottom of the hamburger, we'll have one that looks like that. So what I'm going to do now is, instead of using markers, I'm just going to color in with a brown crayon my bread. So let's go ahead and do that. And maybe before I add my color, I'm just going to add some spots for sesame seeds, like so. And that way, if I do it at the very beginning, it'll be easier and won't cause any issues when I'm coloring over it. So we'll go around those like that. Wonderful. And maybe you'll use sesame, maybe you'll do poppy seeds. Maybe yours will be a cheese bun. You make it your very own. Whatever sounds delicious to you, that's what you can create. And do the bottom of the bun now. Just going to go around. Just like so. Perfect. Let's go ahead and grab our scissors and let's cut out our bun. We're just going to do the top portion. Watching our fingers. I'm going to take this bit and put it to the side because I don't know what I might need to add. I don't want to waste any paper. And cut out the bottom half of my burger, my hamburger. There we go. Put those to the side. Now what I'm going to do is glue on my bun like that. So let's go ahead and grab our glue, flip it over to the wrong side, and just add enough glue so that it's going to stick really well. Put it like so. Do the top. Gluing all over. Turning it again, and flip and pat. There we go. Looking good. So if we look back to our reference picture, we're going to need either tofu burger or meat burger. So let's grab some red. You can either draw what you want your patties to look like, or you can just cut it out. Whatever you decide. I like to draw things out. And I'm going to make my patty. I think I'm going to do 2 of them. Like that. That looks good to me. Let's go ahead and cut that out. Now I don't want to use all of my red because I still have other vegetables that I want to add. Can you think of other vegetables that are red that we put on things like hamburgers? Tomatoes. Did you say tomato? That's right. Let's go ahead and cut this one out. You could also put red peppers. There's another one I just thought of. Red onions. Great job. So these are little, so I'm just going to recycle those. And I'm not going to glue these on just yet. I want to see what else we want to add. So that looks like a good placement, but I could still change it up. Let's take our green and let's add some lettuce. So I'm actually going to take my green marker or my green crayon, and I'm going to make some squigglies, sort of like that for lettuce. Now I could also go in and I could cut strips, which maybe we'll do that too. Let's see how that feels. This one, because I made squiggly lines, it's going to take another minute. But we've got lots of time. So let's just be very careful as we're cutting around the squiggles. Very nice. Watching our fingers. If we need to pause the video, we can do that now. Otherwise, we're almost done. Perfect. So we've got this piece. That looks very silly. Another way to do it is to cut little pieces of lettuce, maybe like this, and glue them on. They can be little like that. They can be thicker. They don't have to be a straight line. And we can just randomly cut them and then glue them on, like so. That feels good to me. Let's go ahead and grab some yellow. Let's look and see what we could be doing for cheese. Maybe some orange too. So I think that I will grab my black. And I'm just going to create a triangle. It doesn't really matter what shape your triangle is. I just sort of want to put a wedge of cheese in there. I'm going to go in with my scissors, cut those out. I'm going to keep these pieces for later. But for now, let's just cut our triangles out and see how they feel. I really like how much we're experimenting with this hamburger. Everyone's is going to look very different because everybody likes to make up their hamburgers in different ways. And that's what's fun. So I like this cheese, but I also want to add some holes. So in order to safely add some holes, I'm just going to bend it in half and create a little cut like that. Like maybe right like there. I could bend it again and just create a little hole like that. I'm going to randomly do it. You don't have to create holes, but I think it's a cute little touch to cheese. Some cheese has holes in it. There you go. How about that? That feels good to me. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. There's nowhere specific. I just want to create a few little cuts in it. Just like that. Maybe another one right here. Now remember to be very careful with your fingers when you do it. You might also have a hole punch in your craft box, which would work too. There's another option for you. So I'm not going to glue these on until we have more pieces. But I'm thinking I also want some cheddar cheese as well. So let's go and draw. Let's see how long our hamburger is. I'm going to draw some cheese. I like to cut my cheese from chunks, and they're not always the same size. So I'm going to make my drawings of my cheese the same way. I'm going to go on in and cut those. It's making me hungry already for my delicious hamburger. There's one. Go on over here and cut the second piece of cheese, like so. Now what else could we add? I think, do you like onions? I know that some people like onions, so I think I'm going to grab a piece of this and maybe just do kind of like a swirly little piece of onion like that. So let's go on in and cut that out. That looks very silly. And then pickles, of course. Let's grab our green paper and our black marker, and I'm just going to draw 2 pickles. Some people like sweet pickles, some people like dill. I'm actually a super fan of dill pickles. I like my pickles bitter. So let's go and get some slices here. And let's cut them out. Also, we could add some other things, but for now, oh, you know what? I want to use this napkin. So I guess what we could do is first see how much room we have. So let's put our things to the side. Let's grab our glue and let's start to play. And now I want to put some of this napkin on. So I'm going to take it, just going to rip it with my fingers. So let's take our napkin and rip it like so. Maybe I'll rip it again like that. That feels good to me. I'm just going to take my glue and just make a straight line. And then just very carefully put it on top of the glue. Now if it doesn't all stick, that's okay, because it wants to look like a real hamburger. Doesn't have to be perfect. Let's do this. Let's squish it a little bit. Put it on there like that. And then if it's too long, guess what? It's just a napkin. You can rip it like that. That looks really cool. Okay, finally, I just realized I'm missing some tomatoes. So I'm going to go in, and I think I'm going to make a flat tomato, but I'm also going to make a round tomato with my little seeds inside. Maybe I'll do 2 of these flat ones. We'll just add them on. So you guessed it, let's go on in and cut those out. There's so much to eat here. It's so delicious. I'm gonna put this one down here. And finally, just a little piece like this. Now there's lots of other things we could be adding. We could add some mustard. Like that. If you'd like to add the mustard with a pipe cleaner, just go on in with a piece of tape and tape it on in any direction you'd like. Just like that. Maybe you'll add some ketchup with your pipe cleaners. Maybe you will add a piece of ribbon for ketchup. Whatever you decide, this is your hamburger. But for me, this looks absolutely delicious. And there you have it, your very own hamburger. Hamburger begins with the letter H, and it looks delicious. I hope you had fun creating with me today. Send me your photos. I'll see you next time.